I'm just gonna clip this. I don't have anything to like, you know, connect it with. We're about to do a check real quick. Hi everybody, we're back. Hi everybody, welcome to this week's episode. It's been a minute since at least it feels like I haven't seen you guys in a minute, but we're here, we're back, stronger. Also, happy New Year, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great start of the new year. It's 2016, so I'm just kidding. It's 2026, and I can't believe I'm saying this. We made it, boys. We made it, girls. We made it, everybody. We are back to this freaking era of 2016. What the heck? Back in 2016, we're back with Starbucks drinks. We're back with Roblox. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. My name is Zach if you don't know me, and if you do know me, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel. With that being said, we are back, and this is episode 3 of the podcast. Now, this week's episode is going to be a little bit different than usual. I have a new camera, if you guys can't tell. This is the one and only Mini Mic Pros. They look like this, pretty dang cool. It's plugged into my device, as well as the fact that I want to tell you guys I have a camera coming in. So when you guys see a difference, don't say nothing. Nobody be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. Just know that I have a new setup going on and getting ready for a new setup. For this year, I plan to make more videos, not only the podcast that I do in my car, but I plan to vlog like daily life type of stuff. And I'm fidgeting right now because that is me. I'm a fidgeter and I also have muscles. Uh, I just miss you guys a lot. It's so cool that I have a new camera. And I don't even know if I'm talking too loud. Now it's pretty cool that I don't have to go and steady sit. Mm, mm. Oh, it's cool that I don't have to put the volume up. So, with that being said, let's get into the video. For this week's episode, we're going to do something different. Why? Because of the fact that I feel like my viewers should be involved with everything that I do within the episodes and the videos, whatever the case may be. So, I'm going to be reading your guys' pet peeves. That should be interesting. I'm interested. Are you interested? We shall see. Okay. It blends in. It looks like I have a green screen. I'm so excited for this week's topic. If you want to be featured in my next YouTube video, make sure that you check out my socials at my TikTok is right here. If you guys want to be featured in my next episode, my socials are right here. And with that being said, let's get into the video. I have my laptop. I'm going to be sure to react to you guys. How does Santa see in the dark? Is he because he has night vision goggles? Did you guys realize I don't have a hat this time? Okay, so after trial and error, it's safe to say that we are back. Thank you so much for submitting your guys' pet peeves. So, I'm going to start off by saying one of my pet peeves, just to break the ice a little bit. One of my pet peeves is when people take chalkboard and they. Yeah, I really hate that. And it makes me want to crash out, but I can't because of the sound. I hate it and I have to block my ears. So I just can't do anything. The amount of times that happened and I could have chewed my teeth off is wild. So we're gonna start. One of my viewers said that one of their pet peeves are bad coffee slash cigarette breath at 7 a.m. I, Hey, if they mean like breath at 7 a.m. that happens to be like coffee or cigarette breath. I have a thing with coffee. I love the smell of coffee and I absolutely love the smell of coffee. Back then when I was younger and every time teachers would talk to me and they had that coffee breath, I used to actually like the smell. I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to I not literally, but I used to actually love the smell. Now cigarette breath is something bad. Yeah, no. No offense to those who do that, but please brush your teeth after or something. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. But bad breath mixed with coffee breath is something I don't think I've ever smelled. But I don't think I ever want to smell. Well, we're gonna go to number 2. One of my viewers said, when customers ask if we sell fish at Chick-fil-A, and when a customer says no sauce, just ketchup, like is ketchup not a dot dot dot. Okay. I personally don't work at Chick-fil-A, but
And what does that make, ketchup?
if a customer were to ask me if we sell fish at Chick-fil-A, I would have been like,
No Chick-fil-A sauce? No.
This is pretty interesting because I can tell my viewer works at Chick-fil-A. Yes, no sauce, just ketchup is interesting. It's a good thing to stay professional at that part. I don't work at Chick-fil-A, but pretty sure that's a pet peeve, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people say that to you. Our next pet peeve is okay, so two people said when people talk over others on purpose. I definitely agree with this simply because I know how it feels to be talked over. It's definitely not a good feeling at all, not even the slightest. Especially when you've been like thinking about saying that specific thing for so long or for a hot minute and then you just get talked over with. Oh my goodness. It makes me feel like I'm not valid, you know what I mean? That's definitely something that sucks and it makes you not want to talk to the person ever again. One of my viewers said getting a show spoiled. I agree with this 100%. I agree with this 1,000%. I absolutely hate when shows get spoiled. I absolutely hate having to share a story with somebody because I feel like I wouldn't want that to happen. So when people tell me like what happens in the movie and they go, "You can spoil it if you want," I'm like, what kind of person are you? Personally, I don't like shows get unless I'm like not really interested in the show specifically. I totally agree with this. So thank you for saying that. Especially with the new Avatar coming out, the amount of times that I'll see it on my For You page on TikTok and it would be spoiled is actually crazy. And like honestly, I can't wait to see it. Someone said when people stop walking in huh? Someone said that one of their pet peeves are when people stop walking in the middle of A, walkways, or B, aisles. I know exactly what you mean by this, especially when I was in school. It used to be crazy that early in the morning, I'm a fast walker. Whenever I used to walk in the halls, it also be like the very tall people. Some people will walk really slow. I'm not gonna lie. It's something, especially when you're trying to get to your class, you know what I mean? And you're trying to focus. For all my viewers that are in class right now, make sure that you're focused. Make sure you don't crash out over hallways, walkways, aisles, etc. I surely did. Another person said that they hate when people walk slow. I agree, especially like walking at a mall. You know, walking in a mall. I like to dash in the mall. Like I like to get in, get out, and be done with that mall as soon as possible. Once there's something that I can't find, I'm ready to leave. I'll be ready to walk around people as soon as possible. Somebody said one of their pet peeves is overly complaining. So people that complain over everything. And sometimes I can catch myself like overly complaining. Not overly. I perchance agree with this pet peeve that this person has put in. Next, someone said one of their pet peeves is when someone is mad about something but refuses to tell you why. This, for me personally, isn't much of a pet peeve because there's been times where I didn't really want to say like much because I wasn't much of a talker. And like I found it like hard personally for me to talk about like my feelings and things of that sort. But then again, it's hard to listen or see someone like going through something, but not telling you what's going on when you really want to solve it for them or you really want to keep them company. You know what I mean? That's definitely hard. So, someone said one of their pet peeves are when you're being respectful and the other party is being as disrespectful as can be. I absolutely hate this. I absolutely hate this. Okay, I'm the type of person that likes to observe. If anything, disrespect is something that we as society really shouldn't be learning about. But it happens. I've been exposed to disrespect. We all been exposed to disrespect. We've all had moments where our anger has angered. I definitely agree. Someone said driving without music. Okay, I respect that a lot. Sometimes I like to listen to nature. Or sometimes I like to listen to the road.
Okay.
Makes me sleepy. But if I was driving, I maybe wouldn't want to hear it as much. But I like the sound of highways when you're driving. It sounds very peaceful, especially late at night. But the music's cool. Maybe I'd turn it down a little bit. You know what I mean? If I was to drive and you were to be in the passenger, I'd I don't mind. I honestly don't mind.
Don't rush me, Katie.
So someone said people who take forever to text back. I agree with this. Then again, I don't agree. Not gonna lie. Sometimes I take forever to text back, but it's because I have a lot of things going on in my mind. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do the things at the same time. But then I get stuck in a situation where I'm like, as soon as I'm done doing that, I have to do the other thing, which is why I take forever to text back because I catch myself like glitching in the matrix. I do agree with this. Thank you for submitting this in. Someone said not saying bless you when someone sneezes. You may be irritated at me at certain points. It's not that I don't hear you sneeze, I'm hearing myself talking in my head. Someone said obnoxious people in public, and I agree. Someone else said people chewing. Okay. 3 people said that their pet peeves are chewing with their mouths open. I agree. Most of the parts, like, I don't pay attention to people eating like that. I pay more attention to what on my plate, what I'm eating. Collard greens, eggs, and chicken and turkey. Like, what the heck? But I know what you mean. Someone said when someone talks about their old relationships to their new partners. Okay. Yeah. No, no, actually, yeah. No, I agree. Someone else said their pet peeve is people who are friends with everyone but are friends with no one at the same time. This person also said people who purposely embarrass you in public or in front of other people. People who purposely embarrass you and they are loud and obnoxious for no reason whatsoever. I agree. I agree with that. It makes me not only want to not talk anymore, but it also makes me want to walk away. And it also makes me feel like you think I'm a joke. That's just all I'm going to say. So, with that being said, I agree. Thank you for submitting this. Someone said being ignored, and I agree. Because why, as society, are we ignoring each other for the things that we have to say? My back hurts. No. No one said their back hurt. I said my back hurt. Someone said when accountability isn't taken, slash not respecting other people. And I'll tell you why I agree. When accountability isn't taken and you're acting like you haven't done a specific thing, this thing never happened or something never been done, even though you know it has been or whatever, I think that's kind of crazy. Personally, it's not a pet peeve, but I really dislike when that happens. Because me personally, I'm a very honest person. I take accountability. It's as simple as that, my guy. When accountability isn't taken, it says a lot as an individual. On the part of not respecting others, I agree with this entire pet peeve, okay? Somebody else said their pet peeve is someone playing with the ball inside, not outside. When I was younger, I used to play with a basketball or whatever inside the house and playing catch with my brother, where my mom was like, don't throw it, don't throw it, don't throw it. And then we throw it and hit something. And she's like, all right, now you're done. You're done. You're cooked. You're done. Put it away. You're not playing with it for the rest of the day. But it was our fault. So now growing up, I agree with this. Now I'm scared of like people breaking anything, like especially if it's even if it's not mine, it's gonna feel like I did it because I didn't say to keep the ball away. So with that being said, I agree. Someone else said photo credits to non-photographers. You're saying like if someone's not a photographer, why are you giving photo credits? I respect that. I'm the type I like giving credits to anyone and everyone. If something doesn't have to do with me, I like to shout out people, you know what I mean? I think it should something that should be normalized. That's just how I feel. Maybe it's because I'm an artist and I feel like if you're doing anything that has to do with the inspo, anything that has to do with something that's not from you, tag the person, give the person credit. That's just how I feel. Someone else said millennial pause. Hi guys, so as I'm editing this, I didn't realize that this person said millennial pause and not Gen Z stare, so I got a little bit confused with that. So with that being said, I agree, and then again, I do the same thing sometimes. Someone also said when people run to the media before you, everyone mentioned before you. So when someone runs to the media before you're able to run to the media, that's interesting. Once again, we have another error while I'm editing, and that is indeed the straw sounds in which are in the videos. I apologize for that. We're no longer doing that ever again. Somebody said one of their pet peeves is when people run to
What?
somebody said one of their pet peeves is people who lie for no reason at all just to keep a relationship. I'd rather know the truth than lies. No, I agree. Once you find out that lie, your trust is going to be gone completely. It's better to know that you can trust somebody for being honest. At the end of the day, you're going to get over it a lot quicker than if you found out. So, yeah, I agree with that. Thank you for submitting this. Another person said they hate being hovered over, someone in your personal bubble. I 100%, actually 1,000% agree. I used to hate when people used to go like this.
Touching me. She's touching me. I'm not touching you.
I absolutely hated when that happened. I agree with this. Thank you so much for submitting. before getting to the big three, how are you guys doing with this? If you guys agree with any of these, please feel free to comment. And also be sure to stay tuned on my future video topics that you guys can put in your own, opinions on. Hi guys, it's me again. Stay tuned for any upcoming episodes. Make sure you comment down below any topic ideas or any ideas of what I should react to, how you guys are feeling in the moment. Everything's linked in the bio. Everything's clickable. You don't have to type in anything on your behalf. All you have to do is click in the description and the bio of my profile. With that being said, let's get into the next three. Someone said unsolicited advice. I agree. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I need to say. I agree. Somebody said people.
And
I sometimes I agree with this. Thank you for submitting. And we're gonna get to the last and final pet peeve. Someone said their pet peeve is canceled last minute plans. And I agree with this. The amount of times where there were plans that either just floated over and nothing happened, or were changed and people were like, can't happen no more. I don't do plans like that anymore. I just feel as though there's no point. I'm not gonna go out my way to get turned down. But then again, you always have your right people. Your right people will do plans with you no matter what you do. It's just a matter of finding your right people, honestly. I think a bunch of these have to do with finding your right people. Based off of what I heard, based off what I read, you guys, I feel as though it has to do with a lot of finding your own things, doing the things you like, and it will definitely take time. My advice to you guys is to always stay positive. Even with the thing about
Ketchup.
no Chick-fil-A sauce? No.
like you gotta try and keep your composure, you know what I mean? No matter what, you gotta try and keep your composure. Because at the end of the day, people really want to see you crash out. So you gotta stay cool, stay calm. That being said, thank you guys for submitting pet peeves. I really appreciate every last one of you guys. Shout out to everybody. You all know who you are. Those who put their stuff in and those who didn't, always feel free to. It's never too late to tap into any of my prompts. I have not made a forms yet, but I do hope to in the future, so that way you guys can, go there easier. I most definitely ask the questions via Instagram. I don't do it much on here, but if I do, feel free to write down your answers here as well. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for sticking around. Even 30, however many people are watching me. And thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me. I will be back. Trust me, I will be back. We're going to talk about a lot of interesting things throughout the year. So with that being said, I'm going to catch you guys later. And I'll see you guys next time.